Things are getting thick. Gen Z has issued an evening ultimatum to Ruto. Let's have a look at the press statement, after which we are going to put it into perspective. Official statement: call for the immediate resignation of President William Ruto. We, the citizens of the Republic of Kenya, hereby declare that we no longer recognize William Ruto as the President of Kenya. We recall his presidency and urge him to resign with immediate effect and surrender his office to the Kenyan people. His tenure has been marked by incompetence, mismanagement, and a persistent failure to address the pressing needs of our nation. We believe he is unfit to lead and demand his resignation forthwith. President Ruto's administration has been characterized by a series of scandals, ineffective governance, and a blatant disregard for democratic principles. Under his leadership, Kenya has witnessed a decline in economic stability, increased corruption, and a deterioration in public trust. These issues have had a profound negative impact on the lives of ordinary Kenyans and have undermined the foundation of our democracy. We urge all Kenyans to join us in this call for William Ruto's immediate resignation. Our country deserves a leader who is dedicated to the principles of transparency, accountability, and good governance. We can no longer tolerate presidency that is marred by such profound failures and abuses of power. In light of these concerns, we give William Ruto 48 hours to issue a statement of resignation and to vacate his office. This period is essential for facilitating a peaceful and orderly transition of power, ensuring that our nation can begin to heal and move forward under new leadership that is committed to serving the interest of all Kenyans. Our demand is grounded in a deep love for our country and steadfast commitment to its future. We envision a Kenya where the rule of law is respected, where public officials are held accountable, and where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. Achieving this vision requires new leadership, free from the taint of corruption and incompetence that has defined William Ruto's presidency. We call on all sectors of society to support this demand and to work together to ensure a smooth transition. Our collective action is crucial for building a better Kenya. We must stand united in our pursuit of justice, democracy, and progress, the citizens of Republic of Kenya. Yes. So Ruto has been given a 48-hour ultimatum to resign. And that's what a majority of Kenyans have been calling for. In fact, Kenyans are saying William Ruto must go. That's the ultimate objective of all these protests. The finance bill was just a spark. Emotions have been building. Kenyans have been yearning to get an opportunity where they can tell William Ruto to pack and go. And it's now good. Kenyans are just making that very clear that Ruto must go. I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand what that means. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video alike. Let's proceed. Revolutions are not a one-day thing. They require patience and persistence. And in countries where they have had successful revolutions, they were very patient and very consistent. When Gen Zs, or rather Kenyans, are saying they're giving William Ruto a 48-hour ultimatum, I know they know William Ruto will resist that. Chances are very high he will not resign. He will try to resist that. It's only the pressure coming from the people that will force Ruto to resign. And before William Ruto resigns or quits office, he'll try to unleash the army, all these security organs on Kenyans. That's something that Kenyans and even the Gen Zs, they must be prepared to deal with. And just as we have seen in other countries, in those countries the government was too desperate even to unleash goons on the innocent, peaceful demonstrators. And already we have seen that happening in the country. Goons were unleashed yesterday on innocent demonstrators across the country, but the goons were dealt with thoroughly. If it reaches a point where you're seeing the government unleashing goons on innocent demonstrators, unleashing the army, then just know that's a moribund government, a government nearing its collapse. William Ruto is still lucky that Kenyans are still giving him time to make up his mind whether he should resign or not. He's a very lucky man. Kenyans are still giving him that time to make up his mind. In other countries, their leaders were never given that time. In fact, revolutions started, grew, and became strong and stronger, and eventually the president or those leaders had to flee. That's what I'm seeing will happen in Kenya. But one thing we must know, revolution takes time, it takes patience and persistence. And it's good Kenyans have realized that they must keep on piling pressure on William Ruto. And as they pile pressure on William Ruto, more and more Kenyans are joining them in saying Ruto must go. So it has to be consistent with lots of patience. William Ruto allegedly withdrew the finance bill 2024 today. But again, I strongly believe that it's not even about the finance bill per se. It has got everything to do with William Ruto's leadership. He has proved to be incompetent. And if you look on how William Ruto has delivered, just do your comparison. This one is the worst government ever. A government full of corruption, a government full of tribalism, where only two communities forms over 70% of government appointments. That's what Kenyans are fighting against. Kenyans don't want negative ethnicity. And it's very unfortunate that the top leaders who should be bringing Kenyans together, who should be acting as symbols of national unity, are the ones dividing Kenyans along ethnic lines. It's very unfortunate, and that's why Kenyans are telling Ruto he must go. And I will not stop without reminding Kenyans that all leaders supporting Ruto, even though Rigathi said we should forgive them, Kenyans should not forgive them. In fact, Rigathi Gachagua is also just as guilty as Ruto. Rigathi has to go, Ruto has to go, all their leaders must go, all the MPs. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.